Hello, I'm Sherry from Hale Farm and Village. Today we're going to review how to upsize seedlings that are ready to be transplanted. So a bag of soil is generally kind of dry, and in order for it to absorb moisture evenly, you'll want to dampen the soil before you go and put it in a pot. When you're mixing the soil to fill a pot, can be damp and sort of still fluffy. You want to make sure that your pots are in there nice and snug so that when we fill them with soil, the soil doesn't fall down in between all of the pots. When filling the flat and pots, you want it to just fall in. You don't want to push it in. It should be nice and fluffy and have lots of air. Then you can take your hands and fluff it in, and again, notice that I'm not pushing it down in, I'm just letting it fall in. Oh. This is the jug from outside that you just saw in the previous clip. It's pale purple coneflower, and these have grown their second set of leaves, so they're ready to be transplanted. Just to show you what it looks like. These were grown outside, and there's a couple of inches of soil in the bottom of this jug and some holes poked in the bottom of the jug so that the water drains away. They were only watered for the whole 2 months they were outside for the initial planting. So these have germinated and they have started to grow their second true leaf, or their true leaf. The little round leaves are the cotyledon leaves, and they're the first seedling leaves. And this first true leaf is starting to come out. So once you have that true leaf on there, you're okay. They're big enough to transplant. So I'm going to flip this out. I'm going to choose the largest seedling to plant in the flat so that I have the greatest success rate. If I have enough seedlings to start a second flat, I can start using the smaller seedlings. When you transplant a young seedling like this, you want to use the true leaf to transplant it. So you can kind of loosen up that soil so that the roots are a little easier to come apart from one another. And when you take this seedling, you'll want the roots and the stem to be buried at nearly the same depth. So I'm putting a dibble in there, and I'm just gently pushing the roots in and just gently pushing the soil back around until it stands up on its own. Remaining seedlings left from that jug. I planted all of the largest seedlings so that it would have the best success rate, and I still have a few that are decent and that have their first true seed or leaf. So I'm just going to go ahead, since it's a nice viable plant seedling, and double plant a couple of the pots. So I'm going to look over, say, oh, this one's a little bit smaller than the rest. I'll put 2 in there. So if it's a little seedling like this, I'm just going to end up throwing that out. It'll get lost amongst the rest of the seedlings, and it'll probably just get beaten down when I go to water things in. So after you've transplanted your seedlings into a larger size pot, after you've upsized them, you want to water them in to make sure that the soil settles around the root mass.